Welcome back to another cinematography breakdown video. If you're new here, I'm Chollette, and in this series, I show you guys exactly how I go about filming some of my scenes with the Pocket. I use a very simple 3-shot method to capture one scene in 3 different ways. Ideally, I just need a wide, a medium, and a close-up shot. Once I have my 3 shots, I stack them together and put them on Instagram. And this is definitely a fun and creative way for me to practice cinematography wherever I am. Now, shout out to everybody that is not just consuming these videos, but they're going out and creating something. A ton of you guys have sent me your own stacks, and I love seeing how you guys just see the world in your own unique way by using this same method. I definitely love when you guys send me your work because it really does inspire me in return. So shout out to everybody that's going out there and creating. So this is actually the first breakdown where I'm using the newly released Osmo Pocket 4. But if you're a Pocket 3 user, you can totally follow along because there's really not much I did in this process that you can't accomplish yourself with the Pocket 3. But there will be a difference in the way this footage looks on the Pocket 4 compared to the Pocket 3, and that's because I'm shooting in D-Log. So with full D-Log in the Pocket 4, you're getting more dynamic range and more flexibility when it comes to color grading. Now, I've only had the Pocket 4 for like almost 2 weeks now, so I'm still getting used to color grading D-Log footage, but I am actively learning how to enhance my full color grading workflow on a platform called Skillshare, the sponsor of this video. Now, Skillshare is an incredible tool for creators to pick up a new skill or learn a new hobby. Of course, I've been all over their DaVinci Resolve masterclass. There's up to 7 hours of video, and it goes over everything from project settings, node tree structure, and of course how to dial in that creative look that we're all looking for. And even after only taking a couple classes, I've learned so many new skills that have helped me to improve my workflow. And all of this is helping me to create better vlogs. Skillshare is one of the best places for you to learn from other humans so that you can finally create in the way that you want to. Now, Skillshare is offering something really cool just for you guys because the first 500 people to use my link in the description or scan the QR code will receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Definitely take advantage of this free trial to improve your creative skills. Thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. All right, let's get into the breakdown. So on this day, I had just finished a shoot and we wrapped around like 1 p.m. So I really had like the entire day to myself, and it was really nice in LA, and I just wanted to be outside and ride around. So at the bike path that I frequent, there's these massive bridges and they carry the highway overhead. And at the right time of day, they create this very intense beam of light right down the center of them. So I wanted to film a scene here, and I wanted to give it a theme of exploration, seclusion, and also a theme of peace. So here are the settings that I used on screen for the Pocket 4. Now, unless I'm shooting some slow motion, I'm really not changing these settings at all. The only variable is going to be whether I'm using an ND filter or not. And of course, this scene was pretty bright, so I was using an ND filter of 64. Now, an important difference here is that I am using full D-Log with the Pocket 4. And I think this video is actually a good example of showing you guys what that even means, because we have a very dramatic shift from dark to light in these shots. And the more dynamic range you have, the more detail you get in your shadows and your highlights. All right, let's start with the wide shot. So since I'm filming by myself, I'm using a tripod setup for every single shot. And my setup is an Insta360 selfie stick attached to gimbal tripod legs. I use this setup literally all the time. So the goal for the shot was to stand directly into this streak of light between these bridges, and I'm gonna use the bridges to frame myself up. I set my tripod a little lower because I wanted to get the blades of grass swaying in the foreground. And because the wind was blowing, I put my camera backpack on top of my tripod just to make sure the camera didn't fall over. And I'm always using my phone to connect to the camera and view my shot using the Mimo app. And in this shot, I probably could have like moved to the left a little. I really was trying to frame myself where the sky was and just try to stay in between these bridges here. What I really like about this composition is that the bridges just make the environment feel like massive, and all the greenery around me makes the space feel even more isolated and secluded. And I think the shot has a pretty good sense of scale when it comes to the space, and that's what I really wanted. All right, next let's do our medium shot. So this is a shot where I wanted to create more of like a peaceful scene of me just sitting in the grass and basking in the sun. I still definitely wanted to use that same streak of light, but this time I put the camera to the side of the streak, and instead of filming directly into it, I filmed from a different angle. And now this perspective really allowed me to totally split my frame with shadows at the very top and bottom, and then I have the light streak running right through the middle. And of course, I'm gonna place myself right in the beam of light. Again, I was just using my tripod setup here, but this time I actually did use the 2x zoom feature on the Pocket 4, and that gave me a tighter shot, so I was able to really focus on just me and my bike and get rid of more distracting elements. But here's an example of what the standard view would have looked like too if I didn't zoom in. Now, I love how peaceful this shot looks, but I honestly hated the experience of filming this shot specifically because these plants, I don't know what they were, but they were like these really thick and rubbery type of plants. They were really hard to walk on and really hard to ride my bike over it and find a spot. But the worst part is that these plants were just a breeding ground for spiders. So there were literally spider webs everywhere. There were spider webs around me, big spiders just all over the place. And I almost gave up on shooting this scene, but I was like, oh, this would be such a cool shot. Thankfully, I found this like piece of styrofoam just laying around under the bridge, and I used it to like sit on, so I didn't sit like directly on the plants and tried to avoid getting a spider on me. But I tried to shoot this as quick as possible, and yeah, I just got the shot. So that's the story behind this shot. So this shot was pretty simple. There really wasn't too much thought behind it besides just trying to get a tighter shot of me in this space. And again, I was just going for that feeling of basking in the sun and just taking a slow moment in my day. Now for this angle, I actually did move the camera to face with the sunlight so that I was fully illuminated and there was a little less depth and shadow like there was on the medium shot or the more backlit wide shot. And I think it shows more of a sense of like summer, hot day, being outside, just enjoying the outdoors. So that's all there really was to that. And then again, I'm using the tripod in this field of whatever this is, and it was just hard to kind of get a, grounded tripod shot, but I just kind of weaved the tripod within the plants and got my shot. And then again, you can see me holding my phone to check my shot on the Mimo app. And that's how I shot this scene with the Pocket 4. If you want to see the full stack, you can check that out on my Instagram. Thanks for watching. Peace.